the piano studio of Lisa Bailey and our series on the circle of fifths, Scale Mania. We have been learning so many major scales so far, C, G, D, A, E, and today our next stop on the circle of fifths is B. I'm very excited to work on this one with you. We start changing fingering in this scale. So we're going to work on that together as we build the B major scale together. Let's review our E major scale and the pattern of all major scales. So E in the key of E is our tonic. So we need our tonic, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. So in the key of E, E is our tonic, B is our dominant. So B is the next stop on the circle of fifths and our new key that we're going to be working on. So I'm going to move this B down an octave so I'm a little more centered. It doesn't matter where you are on the piano. You can start on any B that you would like to. So our right hand pattern, all of the whole steps and half steps will remain the same, and our fingering for the right hand is going to be the same. So let's look at the whole steps and half steps. So we start on B, which is our tonic now. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step. Here's our new sharp, whole step, half step. All right, for our left hand, you're going to notice that I'm going to start on finger 4 instead of on finger 5. That is because if we were to start on finger 5, we're going to end up with our thumb on a black key, and we don't want to do that. We want to keep our thumb on a white key. So I'm going to start with finger 4 here, and then when we get to this point, we're going to cross finger 4 over to get all the way back up to B. So let's take a look at the whole steps and half steps. So we start on B. Whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. We are now using all 5 of our black keys. This key signature feels really good under your fingers. Let's take a look at what the key signature looks like on the grand staff. So as you look at the key signature, we've added another sharp, which is very exciting. So our last sharp that we added is A sharp. And remember, we talked in the last video that you take a look at the very last sharp that was added, the one that's closest to the time signature. You take that up half a step, and that is the key you're in. So our last sharp was A sharp. So our key is B. That's how you know what key signature you're in. So this is the key signature for B major. 5 sharps we've worked on now. Let's do our 1 octave hand separate major scale for B. So starting on B, I'm going to start with my right hand. And that fingering, as I said before, is exactly the same as all the previous major scales. Now, left hand is different. We're going to start on finger 4 in our left hand, and then we're going to cross finger 4 over. So here we go. Cross over 4. Good. Take your time working on that. Make sure you're really comfortable with, especially the left hand fingering before you try hands together. When you're ready, let's do hands together. Okay, good. Now let's do our 2 octave B major scale, and with the right hand, the fingering is going to be the same as all the other 2 octave scales. was your right hand. Now let's look at your left hand. Remember, we're starting with finger 4, so the fingering is going to be a little bit different with this particular scale. 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now cross 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we do the same thing on the way back down. Good. Okay, so work on that for a bit to get that fingering under your fingers so that you're comfortable with that. When you're ready, we will do this hands together. Here we go. Good, all 5 sharps. Nice job. We are going to be adding more sharps past this, and we'll talk about that in the next video, but it gets pretty exciting from here what happens with our major scales. And hang on with me, and we're going to learn that in the next video. So for now, let's move on to our improvisation. As you are probably used to by now, you know I'm going to tell you to start with the 5-finger pattern for the key of B major. So remember, it's the first 5 notes of the major scale is the B 5-finger scale or 5-finger pattern. Do some improvisation on your own, and then when you're ready, come back to the video and we'll do the duet together. Our duet today is in 6/8 time signature. And remember to start with the 5-finger pattern anywhere on the piano. You can do that 5-finger pattern for the improv. And after you've done that a few times and are comfortable with that, start trying out the notes in the major scale. I'm going to give you one measure of 6 beats, and then we're going to come in together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Very nice. That is such a lovely improvisation, and I hope you're having fun working on that together. Amazing job. You are persevering through all of these scales. There's so much to learn and so much information that I'm giving you. So with this scale, we had slightly different fingering. Give yourself time to spend on this scale, especially left hand where that fingering is different, to learn it well. Take your time, do it slowly, and as always, I encourage hands separately a lot because that helps you learn it well. And when you have that mastered, you can put it hands together. I hope you are enjoying this series. I am really enjoying doing this series with you. Please reach out if you have any questions or comments. I would love to hear from you. And our next stop on the Circle of Fifths is a very special one. F sharp, also known as G flat. So we start getting into a new concept here, and we start slowly transitioning over to flat keys. See you in the next video.